Today we are going to be looking at the new unit, Unit 7, which is all about polygons. Most of today, I would think, will be a review from your days in middle school, but I felt like it was important to make sure we went over some of these things before we talk about other things related to polygons. So polygon, by definition, is a two-dimensional shape. That means you can draw on your paper. It does not have three dimensions where it would stand off of your paper. It has to be made of straight lines, and the shape has to be closed, meaning that all the lines have to connect at points. So the one on the left, you can see there in yellow or orangish color, is a polygon. It has 5 straight sides. The blue one in the middle is not a polygon because it has that curved side at the top. And the one on the right is not a polygon because it does not have a full closure all the way around. You'd need another line segment to connect those two endpoints. It can't stay open. It has to be a closed shape. So you're probably pretty familiar with most of your polygon names, but just as a reminder, so anything with 3 sides is a triangle, which is our chapter we just finished. Anything with 4 sides, it does not have to be a rectangle. Anything with 4 sides is a quadrilateral. Anything with 5 is a pentagon, 6 a hexagon, 7 a heptagon, 8 octagon, 9 nonagon, 10 decagon. And while there are a lot of other names that you can utilize for special shapes, they get really crazy and they're really not worth memorizing. Maybe a dodecagon, which is going to have 12, but other than that, probably not worth memorizing, and we just call them n-gons, n being how many ever sides that it happens to have. There are some other words we're going to use as we describe our polygons today. The first one of them is regular. A regular polygon has to have all angles equal and all sides equal. So this is a pentagon example. The one on the left, the blue one, is regular. It has all 5 sides the same measure, and all of those angles would be the same. The one on the right is irregular. That's the opposite of regular, because the sides are not all the same length. There's 2 at the top that are much shorter. The ones on the sides are longer. So you can see they're not all the same length. The next vocab terms are convex and concave. A convex polygon has all interior angles that are less than 180 degrees. Remember, 180 degrees is a straight line, so anything bigger than that is going to go past a straight line. And all of the diagonals that you would draw within that shape would stay inside of the figure. A concave, on the other hand, has at least one interior angle that is greater than 180 degrees, and at least one of the diagonals, when you draw it, would go outside of your figure. So the way I usually remember it is the concave caves in, like this part right here looks like it fell inward. So it looks like there's a cave that is occurring. And if you were to draw the diagonal from this vertex over to this vertex, that diagonal would be outside of your shape. So that's your indication. And this angle right here is the angle that is greater than 180 degrees. Remember, it's the angle inside the shape. So it would go all the way from here, all the way to here. So that's going to be larger than 180 degrees, more than a straight line. So when we look at describing polygons, we're going to look at 3 things: whether they are convex or concave, regular or irregular, and then classifying them by how many sides they have. So this is concave because we have this angle right here that is 251 degrees, which is larger than 180. And it's going to be irregular because the sides themselves all have different measures written on them. Well, 3 of them have 3s, but the others do not. And then it is a hexagon because if we start anywhere you want on the shape, I usually like to start on the vertex that's on the left and go clockwise. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, making that a hexagon. This one is convex. It doesn't have any part that seems to have a cave or collapsed. All of those angle measures, as we can see there in blue, are all less than 180 degrees. It is irregular because the sides do not all have the same measure. In fact, none of them have the same measure. And then it is an octagon. So again, I like to just start at the left side, count your sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 sides, octagon. Here we have a triangle, 3 sides, and it's convex. All 3 angles are less than 180 degrees. They're all 60. And all the sides are 5.2. So we know this is an equilateral triangle, but we're also going to say that that's regular because all of the sides and all of the angles are exactly the same measure. And then we have here concave again. We have this large angle here that's more than 180 degrees. And we can see it like caves in at the top, makes the inward dent. It's irregular because each of the sides are different measures. And if we count those sides, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So as you look at your assignment today, you're going to be asked to describe those polygons. Make sure you use all 3 terms when you do that.